baby? This is the boxing bully, Barack, from Sweet Scientist. And you know I gotta shout out Jay Calderon, Boxing Talk. You better tune in.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Jay Calderon, Stan Clee Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's Boxing Talk. We're going to do a recap over the fights that took place this past weekend. First up on Showtime Television Network, it was the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, who put on a spectacular first round annihilation of Dominic Breazeale, knocking him out in the first round with a devastating right hand that landed right on the chin, and it put Dominic Breazeale away in that first round. He was able to get back up, but the referee stopped the fight because he was in no condition to continue. This was a big statement by Deontay Wilder, who really sent shockwaves through the heavyweight division because he is truly the most devastating, hard-hitting puncher of the heavyweight division. And he showed it in this fight right here. He wasted no time, and he put his man away in dramatic fashion. You know, Dominic Breazeale came into this fight expecting to put up a very good fight, and he got just totally blown away very easily. And, you know, he gets to go home back to his family. He had his second title shot opportunity, which he came up very short. Now Deontay Wilder could focus on who is going to be his next opponent. Now, industry sources are pointing towards Luis King Kong Ortiz rematch. He was in the ring to challenge Deontay Wilder and say that he wants to fight him next. We all know that he passed up $7 million to fight Anthony Joshua on short notice because he has been promised the fight with Deontay Wilder coming up in September, possibly on Showtime pay-per-view. So this is a matchup which is still a very dangerous fight. He gave Deontay Wilder one of his best fights. He was winning that fight until he got caught, and then he got knocked out in the 10th round of that fight. So is the older 40-year-old plus Luis Ortiz still a threat in the heavyweight division? Yes, he is. He's still one of the very best top 5 heavyweights in the world right now. And this guy wants his second opportunity to rewrite the wrongs in the first fight. And Deontay Wilder is still a dangerous man that can knock Luis Ortiz out. So it's a very good fight, but it's still a risky fight because of the style of Luis Ortiz, who can box very well, who's a southpaw, and who also has very good punching power. And he was able to hurt very badly Deontay Wilder in that first fight, where that fight could have been stopped by the referee, but it wasn't. So now we have the second fight on the horizons. But my theory is that there is some secret negotiations going on right now between Team Wilder and Team Joshua. Joshua has a fight coming up in 2 weeks in the United States at Madison Square Garden, New York City. Yours truly will be on hand to cover that event, and Anthony Joshua is expected to come out victorious in that fight right there. So I believe that these guys have been talking because you have seen a different demeanor and different attitude where you have Deontay Wilder and his team dropping little suggestions where him and AJ are going to fight. That this is not going to be like Lennox Lewis versus Riddick Bowe, the fight that we all wanted in the 1990s that never happened. Deontay Wilder is now starting to say that when it goes silent and no one knows what's going on, then that's when the fight is going to be made. So right now, that's indicating to me that there has been some type of talks. There has been reports that Al Heyman's team and Deontay Wilder's team is going to sit down with John Skipper, the head of DAZN, and try to hash out a deal where they could get fair value of what they really want so that this fight can happen. Shelly Finkel is the co-manager of Deontay Wilder, and he definitely is saying that this fight is going to happen in the near future. These guys are not going to prolong it any further. I believe that Deontay Wilder could possibly have one more fight before facing AJ by the ending of this year, perhaps in December. So that's my theory, that this fight is definitely going to be made, that there is some movement because DAZN really wants this fight, but also Deontay Wilder and Showtime have a relationship where they want this fight on pay-per-view. They want the biggest payday. They believe that $40 million is not enough for Deontay Wilder to make because he can make perhaps more than $50 million for this first fight. And then a rematch could be valued at much, much more down the road. They say that this fight could be more than $100 to $200 million that are on the table, and they want to make sure that they get half of that pot against Anthony Joshua. It's up to Joshua to really negotiate on his side, to really bend and make some concessions on his side to make it more of an equal value fight. Even though he is the A side, I believe that the fight is 60-40 in Joshua's favor, and let's hope that these guys could agree and make the fight that the fight fans truly want to see. The super heavyweight fight between both of these champions that are undefeated, that are both explosive punches, and the excitement is very high in the heavyweight division. Also on the undercard of that fight was Gary Russell Jr., who made his return against former world champion, faded Kiko Martinez, where he was able to stop Kiko Martinez on a bad cut. Gary Russell Jr. has been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis and also calling out for a title unification against Leo Santa Cruz. This is the fight matchup which I don't understand why this fight has not been made, because they are all under the PBC brand. They are all advised by Al Heyman, and Al Heyman has not made this fight for some reason. Gary Russell Jr. wants that fight. Leo Santa Cruz has made a statement throughout an interview saying that he first wants to challenge Gervonta Tank Davis, that he's willing to move up to 130 pounds for the big fight. And I think that that's the plan of Mayweather Promotions, is to make the Leo Santa Cruz fight very soon. Tank is going to have a title defense in his hometown of Baltimore sometime in July, and then it's going to be the Leo Santa Cruz fight. So where does that leave Gary Russell? Abner Maris, who I had an interview with in Las Vegas, said that he wants to fight Gary Russell Jr. He called him out. That's a perfect fight. Abner Maris could still make 126 pounds, and that's an excellent fight. I believe that they should fight next. And if Gervonta Davis handles Leo Santa Cruz, which I expect, then we could see the winner between Gervonta Davis versus Gary Russell Jr. and Abner Maris. And against the winner of either one of those guys, that's a great matchup for Tank. Now, moving along over to the other fights that took place this past weekend, it was the World Boxing Super Series on DAZN live stream for the 118-pound bantamweight tournament, when you had WBA secondary bantamweight champion from Japan, the monster, Inoue, take on Puerto Rico's IBF bantamweight champion, Emmanuel Manny Rodriguez. This was a fight where you saw Inoue getting pressure in the first round because Rodriguez came out fast-paced and going right after the monster, pressing him and landing some very good shots against him. But in the second round, he unleashed a very big hook that dropped Manuel Rodriguez to the canvas, and he was badly hurt. And this man smelled blood. He's a great finisher, and he went right after him, attacking the body with some beautiful, hard-hitting body shots that you could see the pain that Rodriguez was in. Once he went down from that second knockdown from a body shot, he was very, very hurt, and he could not survive any longer. Inoue put him away against the ropes, letting off a few more big shots to the body and dropping Emmanuel Rodriguez for a third time in the round, and the referee stopped the fight. It was a dominating finish for the monster, as he now becomes the IBF bantamweight champion that unifies with his world title, the WBA, and he moves on to the final round of the World Boxing Super Series to face the true WBA super champion of the bantamweight division of 118 pounds in 4-division world champion and future Hall of Famer Nonito the Filipino Flash Donaire. This is a matchup where I feel strongly that Donaire is going to get seriously hurt against the monster, and the monster is going to destroy Nonito Donaire in that finals, and he will become the Muhammad Ali trophy winner and win this whole entire tournament, because he is definitely one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today, and he moved up number 6 on my pound-for-pound list as one of the best fighters today. And I have to say congratulations to the monster, Inoue, a great little fighter now that improves to 18-0 with 16 knockouts. Now also we had the main event of that card, which was Josh Taylor fighting in his backyard and winning the IBF junior welterweight title at 140 pounds as he beat Ivan the Beast Baranchyk in a 12th round unanimous decision. It was a great fight, a fight that I knew that was going to be action-packed, an entertaining, competitive fight where both men were letting their hands go and they were fighting very well on the inside. And we saw that Josh Taylor has power, that he was able to drop Baranchyk twice to the canvas in the 6th round, and he had him badly hurt. It looked like he was going to stop him in that round, but he was able to survive. But it was Josh Taylor who had the quicker hand speed, who was delivering great body work and setting up his shots with beautiful combination punching throughout the fight. To the very end, he put up a very good display of boxing skills, tremendous heart, and tremendous pressure that he was putting on the smaller man. Baranchyk was a great warrior in this fight, but he was just outgunned by the bigger man in Josh Taylor. Taylor wins the decision victory, wins the world title, and now he sets his sights on the final of the World Boxing Super Series against Regis Prograis. This is a fight matchup where a lot of fans are going to be tuned in for this fight. Regis was in the building. He stepped into the ring to start the promotion, to kick off their fight showdown, and there was a great deal of respect for both men in the ring. This fight right here is going to be a very good fight. A lot of people are choosing Regis Prograis as the best fighter in the junior welterweight division and is going to win the Muhammad Ali trophy. I picked Josh Taylor. I've been saying all along that Josh Taylor is a special type of talent. This guy could box, this guy has great hand speed, and this guy has very good skills, and he showed that he has very good punching power as well. He's a tall fighter, and I believe that he is going to be the one to win the whole entire tournament at 140 pounds, and he will defeat Regis Prograis. That is my prediction right now on this fight right here, and I can't wait. But that's my final recap on the fights that took place this past weekend. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to J. Calderon Boxing Talk on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that little red subscribe button. Hit the bell icon so you get all my notifications once I drop a new video. Put your email address in. Follow me on social media platforms, on Instagram, on Twitter. Join the Facebook boxing group page, all under the same name, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm J. Calderon, Stan Clean Entertainment. Thanks for your support. Keep watching, and please subscribe.